I missed one of Pokemon Go's most important updates of the entire year. And you don't want to miss the next one, which is coming soon. And it happens to feature a brand new Pokemon being released for 2 days and 2 days only. Then it's gone for who knows how long. But I've got one important thing to do before we talk about that. On Saturday, December 3rd, 3 brand new Mega Pokemon were released in Pokemon Go for 1 day and 1 day only. And they happen to be some of the best Pokemon in the entire game. And I missed them. Sort of. I was able to get enough Mega Energy to get these new beasts into the Mega Pokedex. Starting with this monster, Mega Swampert, which we will get in the Pokedex right now, and Shiny. Now, Mega Swampert is one of the best Pokemon in the entire game. It is currently the #1 Water-type Pokemon, which is super useful. And there it is, dude. Oh my god, it looks insane. He looks insane into the Mega Pokedex. So thank god I didn't miss this. I was able to sneak some raids this weekend and actually get enough energy. Dude, this thing looks awesome. And it's going to be a super duper important Pokemon to get to the max level for Megas, which I will explain why in a second. But it looks, oh my god. Dude, it looks so good. He's muscular. And as you can see, it is a water and ground type Pokemon. I also do have this 100% heavy Swampert, which I probably should level 50, honestly. We won't do that right now. We're just going to Mega Evolve this. Because, although Mega Swampert only maxes out at 4,975 CP, it actually is the #1 water type in the entire game. It has crazy damage output as a water type and really, really good moves, including, obviously, Hydro Cannon, which you do need on this thing. As you can see, I've got Mud Shot Hydro Cannon on this, actually. Gonna fast TM Mud Shot to Water Gun. Nice. Along with being the #1 water type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, it is also currently the only ground type Mega Pokemon, I think. Which means when you're catching ground type legendaries or during a ground type Pokemon event, this is one of the only, if not, I think the only, Mega Pokemon that you can Mega Evolve to up your XL Candy collection, making it one of Pokemon Go's most useful Pokemon. Definitely really important to have. Glad we got one. 2. Next we have Mega Blaziken. This one is super duper sick and a dual fighting and fire type Pokemon, and it's very useful as both. And let's see how it looks in game. Oh, so good. So good as a shiny as well. There it is. Mega Blaziken into the Mega Dex. God, I'm happy we got these, dude. Look at this thing. It's got the fire coming out of its arms. This looks ridiculous. And again, another good Mega to get to a high level. It is a top 3 fire type and a top 2 fighting type in Pokemon Go. It's a monster. And it actually might be the #1 fighting type over Mega Lopunny now, which I'm not quite sure, but it might be, which is epic. Definitely a monster, definitely a useful Mega to have. And then finally, Mega Sceptile, which I kind of don't know what to do with because I've got a 100% of Mega Sceptile, and then I've got a bunch of shinies, and I only have 200 Mega Energy, so I can really only Mega Evolve 1. Okay, this is our best IV shiny. I'm gonna spend the 128,000 Stardust to get it to level 40, and then we'll spend the really only Mega Energy we have on it to get it over to our first ever Mega Sceptile in Pokemon Go. Shiny Mega Sceptile, which looks, god, incredible. Oh, it shot its tail, dude. That was wild. Wait a minute, I want to see that. That looks awesome, bro. I love the Sceptile because it's got this like cool kind of teal look to it. Let me see the tail shoot here. Bro, that is sick. And then the tail just goes back? That's so cool. Well, this Mega is extra cool because of its typings. It is a grass and dragon type. And it's also extra cool because I'm pretty sure this is the #1 grass type in Pokemon Go overall, which is very useful. And it's a decent dragon type, it just doesn't have a dragon fast move, so there's better dragons. But it is an absolute must-have for taking down raid bosses and candy collection for dragon types and grass types. It's a beast. And all 3 of these new Mega Pokemon were released for, again, 1 day and 1 day only during a paid event. And they won't return until the home tour of February of 2023. So I'm glad I got at least 1 of each. And I definitely won't be making the same mistake again with the newest release of the newest rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which we will talk about. Because again, for this upcoming Pokemon, we only have 2 days to get it. The new Mythical Blade event is coming to Pokemon Go from Tuesday, December 6th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, December 11th at 8 p.m. local time. There's a brand new Pokemon being released, Crabrawler, which evolves over to Crabdominal. And Crabdominal might actually be pretty useful in game, which is sort of rare because anytime we get a new Pokemon, it's usually not that good, or just more PvP related. Well, I guess same thing here. And this isn't the new Pokemon we're talking about in the video today, by the way. But Crabdominal will be a dual fighting and ice type Pokemon with a max CP of 3,286, which is pretty good. But unfortunately, due to weak moves, it's not going to be super useful as a raid boss counter, but it might have some play in PvP. We'll have to see. And in the wild during this event, we will have Mankey, Machop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Combuskin, Makuhita, Metatite, Monferno, Poliwrath, and Crabrawler. And as for the meta-relevant Pokemon you'll want to catch, well, for starters, there's a lot of fighting type spawns. So Mega Evolving a fighting type will be a high IQ play during this event to maximize your candies and XL candies. Preferably evolving a max level Mega is better, but if you don't have that, any Mega Fighting type. But the Pokemon you want to catch? Machamp is definitely one of the most meta-relevant Pokemon to hunt during the event, because Machamp and Shadow Machamp are useful in all 3 PvP leagues, and both are top 10 Fighting type Pokemon, which are super duper useful, with Shadow Machamp being the 4th best Fighting type overall in Pokemon Go. Combusken is also a great shot, because obviously Mega Blaziken was just released in-game, and as we learned earlier, it's a beast. Makuhita also isn't bad due to Shadow Hariyama being a top 10 Fighting type attacker. Meditite is a great target for all you PvP players because its evolution Medicham is ranked 3rd overall in the Great League. Poliwrath is also a decent Pokemon to hunt due to Politoed being useful in both Great and Ultra League. And Hitmontop, although not meta relevant at all, is a really cool and really rare shiny Pokemon, so it's always a vibe to hunt. And as for the raids, we will have in the 1-star, Meditite, Weasel, Timber, Temple. 3-star raids will be Poliwrath, Aerodactyl, Skarmory, and Breloom. 5-star raids will feature Terrakion and Virizion, with Virizion appearing from December 1st to December 8th, and then Terrakion appearing from December 8th to December 15th. And the Mega raids will have Mega Aggron. And which ones should you spend your money on? For the 1-stars, Timber is really only ever in raids and eggs, plus Conkeldurr is a top 10 Fighting type and has a decent shiny, so I'll probably be rating that. For the 3-stars, Aerodactyl has a Mega, which is a top Rock type Pokemon, which is super useful, and Skarmory is a beast in PvP, although I don't know if the IVs are not good out of the raids. Not sure. Terrakion is a top Rock and Fighting type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, a really, really good bet, but we'll talk more about it during the Shiny Transfer Challenge we'll do when it comes out. Virizion is super useful in the Masters League in PvP and Ultra League, and Mega Aggron is the number 2 Steel type in Pokemon Go, which is super huge. Plus, the Legendaries specifically will be getting a move special attack during this event, which will be Sacred Sword, including the new Pokemon Keldeo. Also, field research encounters will be available during this event, and you can get Pokemon like Galarian Farfetch'd, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Hitmontop. Oh, and yes, Keldeo is coming to Pokemon Go for the first time ever for $8. The streak of Pokemon Go making us pay for brand new Pokemon continues with a special research event happening on December 10th and the 11th. From Saturday, December 10th at 10 o'clock a.m. to Sunday, December 11th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time, we've got something special happening. Only if you pay $8. Your incense, only the incense, will be spawning a specific pool of Pokemon, including Machop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Beldum, Timple, and Ferroseed. And the most important ones to catch, Machop for Machamp and Beldum for Metagross, both of which are top Pokemon in their respective typings. Really meta relevant. Also kind of a bit annoying that the spawns that are happening during a paid event are only happening on your incense, which is a premium paid for item. This is feeling very Galarian Mr. Crimey. Well, the special research you get during this 2-day event will give you an encounter with a brand new Pokemon that you can only get if you buy this ticket and then open the game during one of these 2 days. You don't have to finish the research during December 10th or 11th, but you have to start it. And the new Pokemon is Keldeo, finally coming to Pokemon Go. Encounterable at the end of the special research, which means that people who pay $8, log in during one of the 2 days, and complete the special research will only be able to get one single Keldeo, making it one of Pokemon Go's newest, most rare Pokemon in the game. Now, obviously it will come out for everyone in the future, but for now it is paid event and research locked. And how will it be in Pokemon Go? Is it worth the $8? Well, it will be a dual water and fighting type Pokemon with a max CP of 4,181, which is pretty good, and it will get the new move Sacred Sword during this event, but as a water type, it just won't be that useful, but it might have some play as a fighting type because of this new move, and I have no idea how it's going to perform in PvP. Definitely not meta changing in any way, shape, or form, I don't think. So honestly, for a paid event, is kind of lackluster. Oh, and also happening on Saturday, December 10th will be more Elite Raids in Pokemon Go. Although I'm not exactly sure what Pokemon will be featured in the Elite Raids, but we'll have that. And huge news, Shiny Primals are coming to Pokemon Go officially. We announced that for the Hoenn Tour happening in February, Primal Kyogre and Groudon will be released in-game. But on the initial announcement, they were not being released Shiny. Well, Niantic has corrected that, and they are officially coming out Shiny upon release. Shiny Primal Kyogre and Groudon are some of the coolest Shiny Pokemon ever. So when these come out to raids, I'm gonna be grinding them. And December Community Day was officially announced, and it's gonna be amazing, and we talked about that in yesterday's video, so check that out. So if you're hyped for any or all of that, let me know in the comments what. And check out the other 2 videos on screen, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.